Very good evening to one and all. I'm Rupa here. So I basically worked as a trainer for parenting. Then I'm a spiritual person, so I've been into spiritual path from many years. Then we started doing this seva work. We started with this ration kit and anadhan. Then this corona thing came and we all saw what happened with this oxygen cylinders. The solution for oxygen is nothing but enriching our environment with plants. So we started this journey in May 2021. So actually we started with plantation in Kadatanamalai Lake. So we planted around 2000 saplings. So I entered the field without any knowledge, so I was very new. Then I get a call from a person, a threatening call. He calls me and tells, if you just plant without any knowledge and guidance from the environmentalist and experienced people, I can take you to the court. I've already taken some people to the court. I don't want to name them, the big wigs, the spiritual leaders. So I have already registered the cases, and because they're doing a lot of mistakes. So he gave me a few numbers and he told you go meet them and take guidance and then you proceed with plantation. So plantation is not a joke. It's not as easy as we think. So then I met Ganesh Babu sir, environmentalist. They do a lot of research on plantation. So when I met you, just observe this slide. The birds are not sitting on the plant as we expect the birds to sit on the branches, but we are seeing that the birds are sitting on that light pole. They prefer light pole. The reason is the plant there is exotic. It is invasive. It is not a native plant. It is not the plant which belongs to our country. So the birds which are more sensitive, which are more particular, they will reject that tree and they go and sit in the light pole. This is what Ganesh Babu sir taught me. Then I took him to the, sorry I'm speaking more, I took him to the Kartanamala Lake, our first project. And being a girl, it's a little bit tough. And I see some men who don't do work. I had to download the plans from the truck. Every sort of work I have done. Then when I take him, he just sees the plants and he says the space is not right. It has to be 6 feet. Okay, first lesson learned. Second lesson, he just told this tabubia is a invasive plant and this silver oak, please don't put. It is not good for asthmatic patients. It's not good for India. People will get asthma because of this. Then which I confirmed with Elappa Reddy. So he said the leaves when they dry out, the dust which comes out of it is not good. Then he said this Jali, that was a time where this Kartanamalai Lake project, it created a big uproar in the parliament because we were against the cutting of this desi Jali trees because they are needed for birds. And I think the curry Jali is not a native plant. Then that also, this politicians are the major factors who are destroying the environment. Let me be very bold. And they are creating a lot of havoc. Okay. So then I think the politicians were like, they were proceeding ahead with cutting of 700 saplings, this Jali, which are needed for snakes and for birds to survive. And luckily, because of that Kartanamalai Lake, I think these 700 saplings survived. Okay, next slide, please. So please no to foreign plants, please yes to desi plants. This was 100 saplings which we donated to the, which we gifted to the BSF. We prefer giving plants to those organizations or places where there is compound so that there is not much interference from the animals. Because animals come and they rub their horns to the plants and it can hamper the growth of the plant. So we prefer the place which has compound, where there are caretakers and where there's water facility, where there's a gardener. Otherwise, I think it's better not to give plants. I don't believe in massive plantation. I believe in small plantation with small numbers like 200 or 300. So in a span of 1.5 years, we have planted around 65,000 plants, which are only desi. Yeah, we don't, so actually I went to forest offices and there, unfortunately, our government forest, the nurseries, very pathetic, bad conditions. They already have 4 to 5 saplings, varieties, Wange, Neem, Silver Oak, then what is that, Mahagani, that's all. They promote only this. Once I went and met this forest officer, I told you, please don't promote this, invasive species like tabubia, silver oak. They said, no, we will, because we are supporting farmers with silver oak, but they are not ready to agree with the damages which it is causing. And I understood that there is a lot of mafia there also. So now we don't approach forest officers or the government banks. We buy from private nurseries. There are some good private nurseries who are nurturing and spreading native species, okay, which are eco-friendly. Okay, next slide, please. This is one picture which I took when I was teaching meditation class in Balmuri, Mysore. And my guru is to tell, when you plant a sapling, every leaf which comes out of it generate punya for you, and every leaf which comes out will burn the negative karma for you. So with that selfishness, we are doing this seva to burn our negative karma and to enhance our punya. Okay, this is again one article which came in the paper regarding, when you start planting daisy foreign plants, it affects the Western Ghats, ultimately the river, and the river sources in our country will dry up, and it is going to affect our animals, birds. Please go with places where there's compound or the protection and the caretaker, the water. These are the basic necessities. Yeah, next. So whenever we cut the plants, one more thing which politicians and some even the natives are doing is they cut the grown plants. They generate pain body, which is again going to affect our lives. Please don't cut the full grown trees. Yeah, next. So I just met Ellappa Reddy sir and we discussed about this developing Devarakadu. Our future project is Devarakadu, Ashoka Vana, Saptarishi Vana, Navagraha Vana, Shiva Panchayatana, Nakshatra Vana, Rashi Vana, Dandana Vana, Saraswati Vana, Mahavana, etc. This is this reference you can get from a book called Sacred Plants by Ellappa Reddy sir. Next. So lessons learned, it's very important to follow. Just giving saplings and keeping quiet will not work. I follow up with every person with whom we deal with whom we collaborate for in plantation. Every month I call them, I follow up and I request for the pictures. Sometimes we go and visit. So please, caring is very important. Again, pit 2 feet minimum. Otherwise the plant will fall. In future, sticks. Yeah, I think this is a controversial. Manure if you can afford. Water is very much necessary. So sapling size, again, some people prefer 2 feet, some people prefer 8 feet. 8 feet especially is good where there is an intrusion from the animals. Next, invasive native, I think I spoke. Next slide. Our work, we don't want to touch grassland. People are doing plantation in grassland, very, very dangerous. Grassland has to be adopted and protected. And not to disturb forest. People doing forestation in forest is a foolish thing. And please go with native species and varieties. And we say no to Miyawaki because this I discussed with Ellappa Reddy sir and Ganesh Babu sir, because our climate is tropical and Japanese climate is different. So because of the climate variation, we don't prefer Miyawaki. Next. Yeah. So is Ganesh sir, we did this program on invasive and native species. Yeah, next. I think these are our plantation. There are many. And this, I think, we planted around 50,000 saplings. So 10,000 we gave to BSF. And RSS, we have given around 4,500 saplings. I think yesterday we gave around 350 saplings to RSS Gati Goshala. And they're coming up with one more Goshala in Kanakpura. So next month we are planting around 250 coconut trees, native. And we don't prefer hybrid, we prefer Desi. Because hybrid has less lifespan, and the birds and animals, they don't go near fruits produced by hybrid plants. Yeah, next. I think these are the list of plantations done by my team Jeevan Mukti in the year 2022. So it's been 1.5 years. So upcoming plantation. Yes, next. Yeah, this is in Gati Goshala. You can proceed, sir. Kidwai cancer. In Kidwai, we have planted trees which are antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. Kadamba is one species. Because of a lot of carbon print there, these will rejuvenate the entire environment, because there are a lot of diseased energies which are native but which are also serves this purpose of reducing the carbon print and enriching the environment with good oxygen. Yeah. Shringeri Mutt we did plantation, and Tumkur Mutt, Siddhganga Mutt we did a plantation, and last week we did plantation in Bandi Mutt, and we are going to do in Dharmasthala. This is one Jain college. I think giving the saplings to people in hand is one thing which has to be avoided. This I didn't like much because we don't know what they're going to do with the saplings when we give them. Metro, we did that. Again, it was a distribution of saplings which I'm not that happy. This is Tumkur Mutt. We gave around 260 saplings. CRPF, they really take care well. We gave around 2,000 medicinal saplings. They created one area and they did a fencing and they're taking care very well. This is again, this is not a good plantation because this is politics were involved. We went and planted around 10. The opposite party, they took it out. And I called for follow-up. They said, we took out all these 10 saplings. Now, next month, we are going to do 3,000 plantation. I don't want to name the political parties involved. Then I decided in future, we'll not collaborate. Sorry, there has been some good and bad experiences both. This is in Siddhganga Matta, Bilva. They prefer a lot of Bilva. Gatta we did. This is one we gave to farmers, around 450 saplings to a farmer, and really they're taking care well. 1 year down the line, I'm following up. So nicely they're taking care because their income will increase. This generates good income for them. So we select them. Only those who take care. This is Shringeri Mutt we did. Aymangala Police Training Center. Yeah, police training centers are a very good place because they take care. So next week we are sending around 300 bamboo saplings. This is again in Metro. Sasya Samruddhi Saptaha we did because Metro has got a lot of saplings. So we went and told them, why don't you give us this opportunity to do plantation and give the saplings. This is this year project. So BHS school, college, we gave around 30 saplings. There's a gardener, so we checked that and then we gave. So instead of planting lakhs of saplings, which is a foolish idea, it is better to go with small scale planting where there's a lot of care. This again, cancer hospital. Manyata Tech Park, we spoke, we select, only 10 people agreed that they will take it, so we gave around 30 saplings to Manyata Tech Park. And there are also few saplings we did, plantation, again at St. Paul College. Yeah. Okay, I think I took a lot of time. So thanks for giving this opportunity to RSS. Thanks a lot.